Hey guys, I'm Colton Courtney, a student in App State and lifelong gamer.
Hey, I'm Casey Courtney. I live in Boone, North Carolina, and I'm also a lifelong gamer and huge JRPG fan.
This podcast is going to be about video games and video game stuff. Without further ado, let's get to the podcast.
Take it away.
Let's get to the podcast.
Johnny.
Let's do this podcast. Hi guys, welcome to C Squared Game Podcast. Yeah, we're going to be talking about some games and gaming news. Today we're going to cover a bit of gaming news first, then hop into something me and Casey are both really excited about, and that is Lag of Lagoons. It's League of Legends. If you guys play League of Legends, I really like it a lot personally. But we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff.
So in the background here, we've got a speed run of Super Mario Galaxy 2 going on. If you've never watched speedruns before, you definitely need to give it a try.
Yeah, just this last weekend was Awesome Games Done Quick is the name of the thing. It's basically just a week-long event. It took place from Sunday, January 7th to Sunday, January 14th is when it ended with a speedrun. Have it in here. Speedrun of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it finished at just under 4 hours, 3 hours and 57 minutes by ATZ. It was really, really, really cool run. I didn't see it actually personally. I watched me and my brother have been watching a lot of older ones from 2017, like Super Mario Galaxy and Legend of Zelda. Cool. What is it? Twilight Princess?
Yeah, Twilight Princess.
Super Mario Galaxy. If you guys get a chance to check out some of the speedruns from this year's thing, Super Mario Galaxy, they were really dope. They were just like a lot of weird, crazy things. There's not much RNG. If you guys are familiar with speedruns, basically what they are is they're just someone has found a way to get through a game in the fastest amount of time possible using long jumps, something called RNG manipulation, which is random. What does it stand for?
Randomly generated. It's just like how the NPCs things spawn, so it's just figuring out what patterns the map's going to take and what the quickest route through all of it is. So that's what RNG stands for, is just random generation.
Yeah. So a lot of RNG stuff will be like dates and times, like in Pokemon. Many of the Pokemon games that they're speedrunning this year, the 2018 AGDQ, they had so much RNG manipulation because the intro, basically there's IVs in Pokemon, and like you want to spawn with a naughty Pokemon, that way their IVs are higher, and it's just completely random. So they had to redo it over and over again to get it. It's really cool.
But for the casual gamer, it's really entertaining to watch because I would never be this good at any game in
Ever.
my life. And I'm really glad that someone has spent this much time to get this good because it's very entertaining. It's like TV.
It's great to just pop up in the background. But yeah, we're watching Galaxy 2 right now. I've actually never seen this entire game actually played. And so watching a speedrun is really fun because you don't actually see most of the game. They just kind of skip all the cutscenes. I think it's really cool how they memorize the levels and the way that video game designers put checkpoints into them. I've done a little bit of a foray into game design myself, and I can see how like level designers put so much work into planning things and how they set checkpoints and set NPCs and set, they craft this beautiful gaming experience, and then these people take their game and just kind of shit all over it and figure out exactly,
It was really funny.
They make it into a new game, and that's what I think is really cool about watching speedruns myself.
It's really funny if you guys ever watch it. These guys have done this so many times that it is one of the craziest things to hear them like talk about it and do it, because they don't think it's a huge deal, but they'll do these things where they it's called clipping when you get through. Basically, you get through certain like walls and stuff like that. They call it clipping because for some reason it's like a way to get through a very small space. But like we were watching a Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal one, and they're this is Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, right?
Yeah, I think it was the second one.
Yeah, and this guy named XCM, I believe XM97.
I think it's XEM or something.
Maybe it's XEM. Yeah, dude, he just completely flew through it, and he's just talking about it like he's like, yeah, it's actually really, really hard to do, and then he gets through it, and the whole entire crowd claps for it because like it's an amazing thing he just did. It's just crazy that someone can know a game that much.
Yeah, but it really does. It makes it gives the game a whole new life which is really cool to me.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Because a lot of games that I didn't ever want to play, I would watch a speedrun, because you can literally watch the whole game in 3 hours or in 2 hours instead of a 20, 30-hour story. Like Legend, if you get a chance, go check out the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's ATZ is the name of the guy who ran it. It's really, really cool. Awesome Games Done Quick 2 is it's a like I said, it's a week-long speedrunning event where a bunch of different speedrunners who are very famous come throughout the speedrunning community and meet, and they all run these, obviously all the games, and they raised money. This year they actually raised over $2.2 million for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, so it's a really cool thing. According to KXLY, that was the end total. So if you guys get a chance, go check that out. Zim, XEM, and 360 Chrism. This is super chill dude who runs. That's
actually who's running this speed run right now.
Yeah,
360 Chrism seems to run a lot of Mario games, but there's all types of speedrunners out there. So if you have a game you like, just go check them out. We're pretty much advocating hugely for speedrunning right now.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to another subject. Let's see, what is this?
Eurogamer.com.
They're starting a new Fable game.
Yeah, Eurogamer.com actually just said that work's underway on a brand new big budget Fable game.
That is exciting.
Yeah, UK developer Playground, the maker of Forza Horizon, has been asked by the Microsoft CEO to, it's just rumors. Eurogamer spoke to a couple people who said that this was very true. Microsoft's not going to go out and say they are, but...
I see. No, I mean, it's still, that's pretty exciting that there's even news out there.
Yeah, I was excited about Fable Legends that it didn't come out, so it's exciting that something will come out. I played Fable 3 personally.
Yeah, that was the last Fable I played myself.
Yeah, Fable 3
we played
is awesome.
through that together.
Yeah, dude, that's sweet. There's some hilarious things in there that
Yeah, Fable is really great just because of the sense of humor. Like Ratchet and Clank, the game we were talking about earlier, like I'm a huge fan of that humor in games, and Fable's got it all over the place. It's like Skyrim, but with a really quirky sense of humor.
Yeah, you're like dressing up like chicken, and the chicken races were the best, man. I'm one of those guys. See, that's
an
actually
incessant amount of time on chicken races.
Yeah, like that's actually, I wrote down here favorite parts and least favorite parts. It's actually my favorite parts of that game, which is stupid enough, were all those mini games. Like, I really loved playing the lyre for ridiculous amounts of time and collecting money, because that's literally the only way you knew how to do it, unless you're like a speedrunner and you knew certain ways. But like the only way to collect whatever million it was to defeat or to get yourself out of debt, I mean, unless you were a dick and like killed everyone to get money, like the only way to get that money at the end was just to go do ridiculous amounts of like pie making and lyre playing and stuff. Chicken racing too. That was fun.
It'd be kind of crazy to watch a speedrun of Fable.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to watch speedruns of games that they can't cut through levels. Like some games, and I imagine Fable would be like this, they're pretty straightforward in terms of like you have to get stronger and fight all these bosses. I'm sure there's probably ways around that, but if you can't skip through cutscenes, it actually makes it more about skill. Like Kingdom Hearts, we were watching when people play through the whole game at like level 1 without ever getting an experience because they just beat bosses through skill alone, which is nuts.
Yeah. What are you hoping they change, hopefully, in the new Fable?
Hopefully not make it first person.
Really?
I really like third person in Fable
That'd be nice.
myself.
I'm not sure what I'd like for them to change.
I think they might make it in a more modern setting too, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I definitely liked the dark atmosphere of Fable 3. I just hope that they keep that. They keep it this kind of...
Yeah. Because Fable 3 was kind of like an industrial revolution sort of deal, whereas the Fable before that wasn't quite to that point. I mean, I'm not sure they would just kind of keep progressing time. Like, there's really no need to, but I could still see it happening. A lot of games tend to do that.
I see some sort of something, like even if it's a different world completely. I just hope they stay
like
to a world.
and blimps and things like that.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be sick.
That. I think it'd be really cool.
So sick to ride through an airship. I love the mage stuff. Obviously, that's always been a part of it. But I really liked that it was that you could like combine stuff. That's a really cool part of it, is that you have all these different things you can combine. I hope it's not like you get to a certain level and you lose the past one, because that was always a fun part. You can combine random stuff and make the coolest way.
Yeah, that would be really cool to do magic combined with like a machine gun
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
and like lightning rounds, and I don't know. It'd be a good idea. What else do we have on here for our subjects? Oh, yeah. PCGamer.com said that they released an article saying Final Fantasy 15 is coming to PC in 4K, which is nuts because I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and Final Fantasy 15 is just absolutely beautiful. I played it on Xbox One, and that would probably be like the bottom of the graphics spectrum because
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's absolutely beautiful, but to come out on PC and then you just imagine everybody's got their super computers are gonna mod it and make it look even better.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be insane.
Dude, would it be great to just have mods and be like the dragon like on top or something?
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. I mean, it's just an article saying that it might be coming, I guess. But
this one's definitely.
this is a definite. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
the date.
the requirements are tough to run it. I don't know. I mean, it'll probably come out with all the DLC that's already come out as well. It'll probably be like a full package.
Dude, I hope
Square Enix has been really good about that.
It'd be fun to just look at mods.
Yeah. Yeah, modding Final Fantasy is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Like, you think about all the mods that happen in GTA, take an open world game.
Yeah, the
15,
fidget spinners. Those are ridiculous, dude.
They'll actually fix how the car drives.
Yeah, that'd be so sick. Yeah, all the
That
car
would be really
drives
nice
too.
because then they would mod the
sweet.
piece. If they could mod the regalia to not be stuck to the road,
That would be sick because
It
that
would
could
be-
finally.
it would really open up that game.
And they could just make it to where you can finally fall off the side. People would do crazy jumps over that giant.
Yeah, like people are that giant chasm that's right there next to. I'm
Everyone
forgetting the name of
goes
the
and
town right
explores.
now. The whatever it is, the first town you visit, but people are gonna jump that, or they're gonna try
Finally.
and jump the turtle as it spawns, or something like that. I could see them fighting the giant turtle boss at the end of the game with the car, like modding.
Oh,
to have, like,
sweet!
rockets and
That'd be
stuff.
dope. Yeah, shooting out of the left side or on the right side, just like that'd be. Really
I know like
cool.
nothing about PC modding, so look, if none of this is possible, just let me know. But this is what I imagine is that anything can be done, which I found with the internet is pretty much true.
Yeah.
If you have a thought, it's out there on the internet.
Honestly, guys, if you're listening, I don't know who's going to listen to this, but if one of you guys is a modder and it comes out, please change it. Just change the music to like Pokemon or something.
Yes.
I would love to see the whole entire game completely the same, but like the Pokemon music.
In fact, they need
playing.
to come out with Final Fantasy 15, the 8-bit version.
Yeah, that'd actually be
That'd be
really cool
really good.
to play it on your like phone or something. It's ridiculous. All right, now to what we actually care about. It's beginning of season 8.
Oh,
League of Legends.
Lega Lagoons.
So if you're tuning
It's
in,
Lega Lagoons.
if you're tuning in because we advertise this as a League of Legends podcast, you are now to the part where we're going to talk about League of Legends because we're really excited.
Why are you excited, Colton? Tell me.
I'll tell ya. I'm really excited because Rank just came out. What's today's date? Was it yesterday?
Yeah, today is 16th, 17th.
Yeah, so it's 16th.
The
when it
ranked
came
season
out.
started like a day or so ago at this point.
Yeah, so it started January 16th, Tuesday, 2018. This is season 8. So I only played season 7. There's people out there that have played all seasons, and they're really, really excited because they're like, I get to add another one on my tool belt. But I'm really excited because this is preseason. During season I was just playing, and it was fun. But like, I wasn't really getting any better. I didn't really realize that until I just kind of stepped back and started playing other roles to see how bad I was at them. So I was pretty decent at support, and I could support anyone. But I just started to realize that how much I didn't know about map awareness and about when to do objectives. I thought people just did them and guessed them, and counter jungling, I had no clue what that was. So I really tried to learn this preseason. And I'm really excited now that it's finally coming out because I get to test my skills and go against harder people and hopefully get the gold, which is my goal for ranked season.
Yeah, if there's anybody out there that is gold or platinum, just please can you coach me?
Yeah.
Please, I am pleb. I need help. I am noob. But definitely really excited
For the new league season, just because, I don't know, it's just kind of an exciting time. Like that new video they came out with, it's called The Climb.
Oh, shit, yes.
That is like the greatest hype video I've ever seen for a
Yeah, if
video
you guys
game.
are not going to see that, go look up The Climb.
They took my favorite character, Talia. She's my favorite character in the game, and they basically just gave her this really badass earthbending section to where it kind of made her like the Avatar for a little bit,
Really
which
sick.
is super exciting because I'm a huge Avatar fan.
She's like water bending.
So just
the
having
earth.
that image in my head just makes me so excited to play more League of Legends.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. Is that we were already really excited and already spending tons of time on it, but now like that just made me golly. It's good times. Riot's very very good at what they do.
Another thing that's gonna be really cool about this new ranked season, I'm super excited for just like LCS play, and you know the LCK and just all the pro teams because of the new runes. I've put in way too many hours just in this preseason learning the new runes. I'm super excited to kind of see what the meta is going to be, per se, because it kind of changes every patch, but I know that most people just kind of figure out what the pro players play and take it from that. I haven't really seen a lot of pro players streaming because I'm sure they're trying to figure out their new teams. So I'm kind of super excited to see these first few weeks of what people are going to play. I'm imagining it's going to be a lot of Alawi, Nasus, whatever else we've seen abused in the Vayne.
Vayne, dude.
Vayne's going to be everywhere this year.
Kane too. Kane's been doing really well.
Yeah, Kane's been doing pretty good. I actually started picking up Kane myself in the preseason.
When it first started, it was all tanks because the runes were like really good for tanks. But then everybody started figuring out like electrocute. And
Yeah, there's been this whole like
builds.
growth with the runes where everyone was like, "Oh, damage is OP now. Oh, tanks are OP," and then like poke is OP right
Mage
now.
is
Like,
OP.
yeah, like poke was the
AP.
only thing anyone wanted to play. Yet when they nerfed poke, like they didn't actually really buff a lot of the other stuff. People were just like, "Oh, all these other things are viable now that poke isn't the only option."
Yeah, Misfortune was used nonstop for like a week.
Yeah.
And now she's back to her regular rate, which is, I mean, she's still used a lot. She's a super cool champ.
Boobies.
Those of you guys, yeah, yes.
How to say it?
Joss, the boobies. For those of you guys wondering, actually, if some people that don't know what ranked is, that like the basically layout of ranked is there's solo, duo, and there's ranked flex. Flex is like with 3 to 5 people, 2 to 5 people, and then solo duo is just like by yourself or with a friend. Those are the 2 main ones, and that's what a lot of people are even playing this year. I personally am going to try and do both. I honestly, when it comes down to it, I just really want to have a high rank on things so I can like prove that I'm good at the game. So I'm probably going to do both, and whichever one I rank higher in is the one I'm going to spend time on, which is obviously really low and shallow, and you should be, all that. But I don't know. I like playing with a lot of different friends, so it's personally.
The thing about ranked is like there's this kind of like status that comes with being a higher rank, and anybody who is platinum and all that stuff are laughing right now because I'm silver 4 last season, and I understand I'm not a high rank. I know what my flaws are for the most part. There's a lot of stuff I still have no idea what I'm doing wrong when people beat the crap out of me, but there's still just kind of this, I don't know, it's a progression thing. It's like if you get gold, you have that little gold player tag, and you're like, this is how good I am, and people see that. It was like, when I first started playing League, it was a huge deal to me to have a blue mastery on everybody I play. Like on all my like main people, and I put so much effort into that. I still do, but I kind of quickly realized that there's people who could have never played a champ, and they're still better than me. And that's just, knowing the game better, knowing how to play types of champions better. But I think having the gold, saying that you're in whatever division is another way of saying I'm this good, and people respect you for it in a way, or they just flame you because you're playing like a bronze 5 in wood division. But
Wood.
Yeah, that's my goal for this new ranked season, is to get into wood division.
It's funny, we actually watched a video earlier today talking about how a lot of Riot employees are really low. It's kind of funny that this game is just so complicated. Even with the people, and I know there's people out there right now that are like, you're just not good enough at it. That's all it is. You're just not good at this game.
Yeah.
But like, it is legit the hardest game I've ever played in my life. That's why I like it so much, is because every time you play, even if you do something as simple as just catching someone in a stun, you had to do a lot to get to that point. You had a lot of like mental thoughts to get there. I just love that about this game.
Yeah.
As far as Ruth, how they changed my playstyle, I don't know. I guess that I've poked a lot more. I always used to poke, but you poked for damage and damage's sake. now that a lot of your things are, I mean, I guess Thunderlords was what everybody used, and everybody kind of actively was just hitting people, getting the Thunderlord proc off. But now it's like, because you have two types of poke, you have airy and the other one. Now it's like you're looking for a certain type of poke, like whether or not you want to poke with your ability and get Comet off, because you want to poke with a slow ability, that way they get hit by the Comet, which does more damage than airy, or whether or not you want to just do auto attacks,
thing,
airy, or electrocute, where you do all of yours at once. I mean,
yeah, I think I don't know, it definitely buffed a lot of people in ways that no one really expected. Or I mean, maybe Riot already had all this planned out, but like the Comet thing, I mean, like Miss Fortune poking with her E instead of her Q, like that I never would have expected, but that was a big thing. Or Varus poking with his E instead. I mean, like, you kind of always poke with these abilities like this, but it just made certain things more powerful than others, which is why they did all the nerfs. But it definitely changed playstyle for me. I don't know, especially, I guess I could say Kennen would be a big one that changed. Kennen is actually my number one champ. I said Talia earlier, but Kennen's actually my main person. And like, he's always been kind of this, you ult into team fights, and it was really easy to proc Thunderlords with him before. It's still kind of easy to poke or to proc Electrocute, but Electrocute I found does more damage as an AD champion than an AP. That's what I've just kind of noticed, is that I guess a lot of the AP champions I play are like utility, and they don't just stack 900 AP. But with Kennen now you run Unsealed Spellbook, and it's all this like utility of having your ult up at all times for team fights and switching between Ignite and Exhaust and Teleport and all this stuff. And so it kind of like, it's not that it changed his play style, but it made you have to think about what your decisions are going to be as him a bit more. It was less focused on just fighting, and more, well, really more team fighting, which is probably what you should be doing as Kennen. But, that's just one example of the way it's changed for me. Kleptomancy on Gangplank and Nasus.
A lot of people, honestly.
Ezreal.
Super useful.
It just became this focus on stacking for the late game, and now, Nasus gets to the late game earlier because he's already got all his items. And
yeah, that's a big thing for Nasus. Is that he's getting camped a lot now.
Nasus
by both junglers is the problem. Like, I've played 3 ranked games today, and two played jungler in both lanes. I had one Nasus, or I think I had 2 Nasuses over the last 2 days I've been playing ranked, and both of them, I was playing jungler, and I had to focus him because the other jungler was focusing. The other jungler was just sitting there and constantly, like, ganking him, so I had to too, or else Nasus would get ahead. So, and then one of the games he did, but we barely turned it around because we were later game than they were, and we were able to focus the Nasus. He just became even that more ridiculous because of Kleptomancy. So I think we're going to see a lot of Nasus in ranked.
Yeah, I think Nasus is going to be all over the pro scene too. He'll probably be one of the insta bans. What's going to be funny is like Nasus will take one, Ornn will probably take one, although Ornn's getting nerfed in this newest patch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're actually, his W is no longer going to be unstoppable, which is kind of a huge deal. Like, I play Ornn a lot, and you kind of just get into this rhythm of anytime someone's throwing CC your way, you use your W.
So it's what? So you can't break out of it?
It's not unstoppable anymore, so now he can be CC'd during it.
You
still get the shield, so like, it's still a great ability. And I'm still already in the habit of using that when someone's going to attack me for the shield, but now you can't, when Blitzcrank's going to hook you, throw your W, which is something I didn't support all the time. It's definitely going to change that and it's going to nerf him a little bit. So maybe he won't be insta banned, but people are probably still going to use him a lot in the pro scene just because of how. I think he was like 90, like Zoe's like 99% banned in Korea or something like that, and Ornn's like 90%.
Zoe's a terrible champion who shouldn't exist. I didn't used to say that. I used to think, she's like everybody else, but like the other day
I used to think she took a lot of skill to play to a certain degree.
Her Q though.
And I really did think that, but I've kind of found that like if you can just land Qs even without all the other stuff that goes into Zoe, it just does so much damage. Yeah. It's like one Q is a Syndra ult.
Yeah, that's the problem with it, is that, I mean, I guess it is closer to I think for more skilled players, Zoe is a better pick than someone like Xerath, who has the same amount of poke distance, but doesn't get as much damage off of one poke.
Yeah.
So for someone who's looking to get that early game pressure, it's ridiculous. I guess later game you'd say, oh well, she can't do as much, so like she as many pokes, but later game her Q does half your health. So literally she has that stun that she can use throw over walls. That, gosh, she's just ridiculous, man. I mean, she is hard to play, I think, still, even now.
She's really hard to get, like, especially if people are focusing. I mean, I've seen really good Zoes, not even necessarily abusing the flash thing, how they can, like, flash around with Ws, but just, like, you know, catching people with really long distance E's, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble thing, catching people with that while they're running away and, like, being able to bounce around. I mean, I don't know, it's like having Zed's shadows or something. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's why she's banned so much in Korea, because there's, you know, people are able to get the most out of her over there. But I don't know. I don't know how we got on the Zoe topic.
Yeah. What is your the ranked goals?
Oh, goals for this season. I definitely would like to get to gold. I think my goals for this season is to actually play ranked. Like last season, I got placed in Silver 4 and maybe played a couple games, and then got flamed for being bad and just kind of gave up on it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Though. I didn't play as much as because of that same thing. Honestly, it's just ranked is league community is pretty garbage. There's a lot of really mean people that just like to be mean to each other because that's the whole game and thing.
Yeah, it's like a whole, like, I don't know, it's a culture, but what is he doing? Okay.
You got 100. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, he only needed the certain to get 100. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, not to get tilted, not to let people bother me. I probably need to just turn off chat whenever I get into a game and do that for a little bit. But, oh yeah, the other, and this is written down here, that's funny, is that I don't want to buy too many skins this year. I spent an incredible amount of money on champion skins last year. Half of which the skins I bought, and you know, anybody can make fun of this before this, and anybody, like, I fully understand.
Rightfully so.
But, yeah, like, rightfully so. It is a fully cosmetic thing that doesn't change the gameplay really whatsoever. And I've even noticed, like, today I was playing ranked on Kennen and not even using the skins that I bought. It's like, yeah, it became a, like, addiction for a little while. But just when I'm going to buy them, make sure I'm buying them for champions, like, I'm going to play, and then I'm going to use it. You know, if I'm going to buy a skin, I'm going to get something like, I don't know, Thunderlord Ornn, like the Ornn skin I bought, because it's really cool. Like, it's a really cool skin.
Spent a lot of time on it, too. I mean, they did. I mean,
yeah.
That's what I think, too. I'm with you. Like, the real times that I am okay with myself, because I have spent money on skins that I don't use now, in hopes that, it's funny, I spend, you know, obviously you probably do this, too, where you spend money on a skin hoping you'll play that champion more. Like, you want to get into that champion, so you buy a skin on him, and you're like, oh, well, now I have to. Like, I've done that a lot.
Yeah.
But I think that it's okay to do that for, like, ones that they spend a lot of time on, and you can really, really tell.
Yeah.
And
but there's also, like, you get, you know, free skins out of chests and things like that, which is not, you know, there's not really reliable to get the one you want. But I've run into the problem that now I have, like, 4 skins for Ezreal, and I know that joke is still there. But, like, I bought Debonair Ezreal way back at the beginning. I was like, oh, that's his coolest skin. I really like that. I didn't want to spend all the money for Pulsefire or whatever it is. And then Star Guardian Ezreal came out. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I need that. That's a really cool skin. Like, Ezreal Star Guardian, best skin he has, in my opinion. But then I got Frosted Ezreal out of a chest, and I have the Nottingham Ezreal out of a chest. And same thing with Singed, as I bought Surfer Singed, and then I got SSW Singed, and then I don't know, I don't need that many. And I guess I kind of got frustrated that a lot of champions I bought skins for, I never even ended up playing half the time.
yeah, something I really wish that Riot would do was just make it to where you got skins for the people you have. Because it's just, I don't know. I mean, it would not only would that make you want. I mean, I guess they have it set up to where you buy stuff. You want it. You buy a new champion when you get a cool skin for him, but it's just kind of annoying to me to get that stuff and you just see it sitting there and then you forget about it.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it clearly is very microtransaction heavy, which is an argument I could go off on every day for a really long time, and I'll spare everybody right now. But it just, I don't know. I would like for there to be challenges and things. I mean, they've been doing really good about missions and stuff recently. And there was, during the project skins, they had like this whole do all these project challenges, and you get a project skin shard, and you'll get a random project skin. And I thought that was really good to have challenges for those certain events. And I know they're going to keep doing that, but it would even be cool just to have project skins across the board.
Yeah, that'd be
or
cool.
not project, but challenges. Challenges for skins and challenges like in any other game that's out there. But microtransactions are that's the whole face of video gaming right now.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Obviously, it's like you get a random skin. It's really cool. But it would be cool to have certain skins that are skill-based. Obviously, like, there is a few of them. But I mean one for, like, almost... I mean for, like, a lot of them instead of just, like, a few of them. Like, everyone got a Victorious Grave skin if they got past gold.
Yeah, like, that's a cool reward.
It's a cool thing, but that's a year long for, like, one
skin.
thing.
And that's, like, just the Victorious rank things. Yeah, that was a crazy level skip.
It's just, to me, that's just... I don't know. That would make... It'd make it more friendly for newer people, because obviously this game's starting to get pretty dang big. Last year it had over 1 million people
it was
whatever
massive
watching.
last year. Like they sold out the freaking the Bird's Nest in
Yeah,
Beijing,
it's
China.
ridiculous, dude. This game's getting huge. So I mean, I feel like they should start
Internationally, it's huge.
looking for like more, making their game more user friendly. I mean, because right now it really isn't. It's kind of hard to do even now. And people obviously they're releasing these like noob videos for newer people that are coming in, and don't be afraid to be a noob and all that stuff. But I mean, like as far as like free or stuff, if there's more free stuff, I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that the exclusivity is what brings people to it, and Riot knows a lot. But that would be nice, just to have a few things that you could do through challenges to get skins and unlockables like that.
Yes.
What are your hopes for Riot that you want as far as unranked play?
Oh, my hopes for unranked like side game modes. I mean, I'm a huge fan of ARAM. I want, and I know this is never going to happen. I know everybody wants it. I want Earth to become more regular. But I read, like, Riot came out, they had a post about Earth. It was in their Ask Riot for last year, and they were like, why can this not be a regular game mode? And they actually said, and I thought this was really, like, smart of them. I mean, as a business thing and also just as a general video game knowledge thing, was that Earth kind of messed up League in terms of, like, people didn't want to play regular League anymore because Earth was so fun because of you're able to use abilities with no cooldown. Like it was a completely different game than how League works. And when people play that for so long, when it was unlimited, when they go back to playing League doesn't seem fun anymore. And I actually kind of fully understand that, because I know that I would play a lot of Earth and then I wouldn't want to play a regular game. I would just want to play Earth. But with that, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd think that I could handle it, but I would really like to be able to play it more than just when it comes around every once in a while.
Just, to me, it's just, I wish that it was alternating. I wish that there was, like, a way, if it was, like, a custom game, it counted for nothing. I mean, there's people that play draft and ranked play. I mean, just to have that, to be able to play it for fun, to try out champions, instead of just going to the practice tool and doing it by yourself, to try out champions with people. I mean, also something we talked about, I think would be really cool, and a way to probably fix this complete, we talked about One for All, the thing that's very, very popular. I never was here for it.
I never got to play One for All.
Yeah, I think a way to fix that, honestly, is to just make a no limits game mode that's just there, which is just like in...
Yeah, we talked about this the other day. Like, I think Overwatch. That would be awesome. Overwatch, when it first came out, if any of you people play Overwatch, was... Basically, when you're playing in casual games, there was no limits to what you could pick. So you could have 2 Hanzos, you could have...
Or 5 Hanzos.
You could have 5 Hanzos.
Or 10 Hanzos.
There's a really funny clip out there that it's like what Overwatch actually is or whatever, and it's like one person picks Hanzo and starts teabagging, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, I should play Hanzo too, and they all start picking Hanzo and start teabagging. Like, that was Overwatch when it first came out.
Yeah, it does.
This whole competitive world of Overwatch didn't exist yet.
And there was ranked play, and obviously ranked you could only have 1 champion of each. That made sense, but it was cool because that was the other game mode. There's only 2, so you do ranked, or you do this cool thing where anything. It's any, like, any sort of thing that you want to do. And I think that might be something the league wants to look into.
Yeah.
Is to have some place where you can just literally try out almost anything. It'd be so fun.
Yeah, I really think League would thrive with I mean, it could be one for all. Like one for all could just come back out and be a rotating game mode, which they haven't done that in a really long time either. But I feel like I want more than that from them. Like I play ARAMs all the time, but I'm getting tired of just ARAM being the only other thing out there.
Yeah. And I think that Twisted Treeline. I don't know anyone that plays it.
Forget about Twisted Treeline.
Like I forget that it exists, and I know they worked a long time on it. Maybe they want to go through and like make the ranked. I don't know if they want to convince more people to start playing. I don't know what they can do to fix it, but I don't like Twisted Treeline. Yeah, it's completely different than the other game modes that I don't want to spend time.
It just has a whole different feel to it. It doesn't feel like ARAM. Feels like, I mean, it's team fighting the entire game, and so it still has the feel of League. Still has the feel of like late game League when you're all in the same lane. Whereas Twisted Treeline feels like it has this whole world of, really good plays you can make and what champions are busted and things like that.
It's like learning a whole new game.
Don't actually want to spend all the time to learn.
Yeah, I feel like League's complicated enough to add a whole and to have it constantly. I haven't played a Twisted Treeline in probably 2 months.
And every time I do, it's always bots.
Yeah, we try it once and then we get off. I mean, it's like it just feels pointless to have it there. It's taking up space where it could be a no limits game mode where you just get in there and anyone's allowed to play.
I would even play Twisted Treeline if it had no limits. I would play 3 Lucians in one lane. Like that would be my compromise. Rito. If Rito hears this.
Yeah, I was cool too, because it'd be cool to have like 3 Heimerdingers. Honestly, Heimerdinger's the biggest one. I just want to have
I just want a full team of Heimerdingers that ult and place 3 turrets and just take down a turret.
Like there's still videos coming out now about One for All.
Yeah, I still watch montages of One for All plays.
And it was like a
and if you've never done that, do yourself a favor and go watch One for All montages, because they're the most entertaining thing in League of Legends.
I think Unlimited would completely, like, that would be a way to do that. You would have One for All, and you'd also have just a regular game mode
and then that's a really great idea for League, because a whole new meta will appear where, like, the best team is 2 Jins and 3 Malphites or something like that.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
That's going to happen. Or the best support is 5 supports,
5 Sonas, 5 Bards.
Yeah, like it really will. It's a whole new game. And I mean, I could see Riot's whole argument about it would ruin regular League, but I think URF is different than that. Like, I think that's I think there's a difference personally. I know it's very similar ideas.
Keeping the cooldown still the same, it's just I see that too.
I think it just sets the world up to be a little bit different. It would be a lot more fun. But I think that's a really good idea.
New skins be really, really neat.
Oh yeah. Last idea we had.
I have no clue, dude.
You don't, because I have a few that I've thought about.
I always want new Bard skins. If you guys don't know who I am, if you guys want to add me, my name is BradGod, BRAD, space capital GOD. BradGod, like Bard. I spelled it because I used to. Basically, whenever we first started the game, I really thought that I was amazing at Bard, like one of the best in the world. I didn't realize that there were other people out there that played Bard, because like I'd never seen it. So every time I'd make a cool play, I'd flash my mastery and shift enter type Brad God ! And I'd just be kidding about it. Thought it was funny to call Bard Brad. So more Bard skins are always fun. In conclusion,
I think a Darkstar Ivern would be really entertaining.
Oh, that'd be sick.
To go with Thresh.
Dude, that'd be dope.
I don't know. I mean, like, I've got a lot of really dumb ideas out there for skins that would be funny. Like, what was the one I had the other day?
Stargaring anything.
It was I'm trying to think of it. It was a Trump skin, but it was for a certain character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a Make League Great Again thing, but it was for... actually, I may have just read this on Reddit. That's probably what it was. Oh, it was Swain. It was for Swain. I'm also a Swain main. I'm like 3 champions that are my mains. I'm super excited for the rework. I can't wait till some details come out about that. Maybe if we continue to do this podcast, I'll get to talk about that finally. That'll be nice.
Swain podcast.
We're going to talk about all my in-depth knowledge on Swain, which is actually a decent amount, I will say. Like, being a Silver 4 person doesn't take away that I actually know Swain pretty well. I've gotten pretty good about knowing his ins and outs. But that being said, the really good idea for a Swain skin is like America Swain. And basically his little crow that's on his shoulder is an eagle, bald eagle. And then when he goes into eagle form, he turns into a giant bald eagle, and all his quotes can be things like "make League great again," and I don't know, deport the Noxians. Or
I don't even know
that.
if that would be even possible, but it'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, it'd be entirely incorrect and not,
Possible.
it would never happen. So that's one of my dumb ideas for skins. We had Dark Star Ivern or
Star Guardian anyone.
Cyberpunk, whatever is probably going to happen now that Zoe's out.
Ergo.
Cyberpunk Urgot. What is it? Star Guardian Tom Kinch.
Star Guardian Tom Kinch.
That's what I'm holding out for.
I feel like everyone wants that. And
everybody wants that. They already have Earth Kinch. Like, they really need to finish that
Or
out.
honestly, they just need to, they need to, whatever that Tarek skin is that's pink, just make everyone that, because that's a great skin.
Just make Let's come out with what are they called, chromas for it.
Yeah,
I think I think most skins just need to have effects like Blood Moon Kennen is my favorite skin because of how it affects all of his shurikens and lightning and stuff, and I feel like skins that have those effects on abilities just make it that much better. I know a lot of people have skins like that, but
yeah. For example, one of the coolest skins, I don't know about you, but the coolest skin I've seen come out in the past year is Beehive Singed.
Yes,
and that was
awesome.
Just a minute. I was like literally a month ago.
Yeah,
that is freaking sick because they changed everything on it. It's like Beehive, like honeycombs that comes out. I just think if they're gonna Riot's gonna make a skin and they're gonna make it super pricey, like a Pulsefire Ezreal, then it should have that kind of stuff where everything changes.
Yes.
I mean, the Pulsefire Ezreal, nothing really changes, and it's like, what, 3,100 or something ridiculous?
Yeah, it's like the most expensive skin in the game, and I still am not really sure why. I think it has like one cool emote.
Yeah, it has a little holographic dancing.
Arcade Ezreal has one of the coolest backs in the game, so why would you ever buy Pulsefire?
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Yeah, that's a whole other... Yeah, new skin ideas. That's a good one. Yeah, maybe if we ever, like... I don't know, make anything out of this. We could have like hey, send in your ideas and stuff like that. That would be really
that'd be
cool.
sick.
Well, I mean, you want to wrap it up? I mean,
yeah, sure. I mean, that was really fun. I think that's about all we have.
Yeah, we got like 40 minutes of stuff there.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're gonna try to do this a little more often. I think I really enjoyed talking about it.
Yeah, honestly, like I hit like a sweet spot.
I spaced out and just talked.
It'd be really nice to do this. I want to do this.
I do too.
Regularly.
So yeah, if you guys are looking for our names, my name is Brad God once again on League. If you want to add me, in case name's a little harder for.
Oh yeah. My name is Jingle Jangle, lowercase j, and then alternating from there, but ENGLJANGL.
We'll put it in the description.
Put it in the description. Like and subscribe. Smack that like button.
It's kind of hard to say,
but yeah, Jingle Jangle. It's a long story behind that one for another day. But that's my name across like every platform out there. Actually, at this point, I've kind of just made it the handle. Yeah, just gotten used to it. But yeah, so this was C Squared Gaming Podcast. You know, it was a nice. It was a lot of fun time. I really enjoyed this.
I hope you guys
I'm glad you came along for this ride.
If you really do like it, make sure to subscribe for the other podcast.
Yeah, there will be
more.
more.
To come out. Maybe either it's every other day or something like that, or I don't know. Hopefully we'll have no content. Maybe we'll just start making and realize that we're just repeating ourselves. But if not, we'll just keep making shit.
We probably won't talk about League as much.
We talk
a lot about. Today was just League.
Yeah.
There'll be more League inevitably, but we'll try to talk about a lot of stuff. I know, speaking for myself, I play a lot of video games / read news on video games. Like, that's just what I enjoy doing. So I'm really glad to have this chance to share my knowledge with people and to talk about stuff that makes me happy.
Thanks again, guys. It's been really awesome, and we'll talk to you guys later.